Hi, this is Karen Flaherty from Living by Human Design, and this is a video about one of the energy centers. The first one is the head center that we'll talk about. The head center is all about inspiration, ideas, and mental pressure. So it's where we receive inspiration and ideas, and it's where we experience mental pressure. So for everyone, the head center is the place where we experience ideas and inspiration, and where we also experience mental pressure. People with the defined head center, that's where it would be colored in yellow in the triangle pointing up at the very top of the chart. There are 30% of the population that actually have the head center colored in. And so energetically, they're here to inspire others. Your defined head center transmits ideas and inspiration out into the environment. And so it makes you a very inspiring person. You can uplift and inspire others with your insights and inspiration. And it really makes you truly an inspirational force on the planet because you have lots of ideas and inspirations, but you also don't want to feel the pressure to personally act on all of them, because that's what the head center is, a pressure center. And so you may feel pressured to act on all those ideas. It also gives you a lot of questions that you're capable of depositing in the minds of other people who happen to have the open head center. So because you're constantly transmitting your ideas and inspiration out into the environment, those people with the open head or open ajna can read your mind, or at least can try to. You are under constant pressure to understand things. In fact, you may even get headaches from all the pressure. And your presence will put other people under pressure to think. It's almost like your head will precede you into the room when you're entering a room, and people will change the conversation. You may think they're talking about you, but in fact, they're changing the conversation because they know you're coming, and they better start talking about something besides last night's TV shows or something. You can be pretty fixed in your thinking and beliefs, and so sometimes you can be perceived as a little stubborn or rigid. So just be aware of that. And so the defined head center in a healthy state is where you're naturally under continual pressure to resolve a thought process, and you're also able to accept the mental pressure without trying to turn it into action or to escape it. In other words, this is not where you should be making your decisions in life from. Also, you'll accept the confusion, doubt, and clarity as part of the natural process of life that occurs in the head center. You'll have the ability to uplift and empower others with insights and inspiration. And you'll use your head to gather data and ideas, but use your authority to make decisions. So when the head center is white on your chart, that means that you have an open head. And this is actually about 70% of the population. This is one of the few centers on the chart where the majority of people have it open. So you're in good company. There's nothing wrong with having the head open, so to speak. The open head is inspired by who or what is in your environment. And with the open head center, you really can receive inspiration in unlimited ways. There's really no fixed style of thinking for the open head center. You're designed to think outside the box. You're designed to have lots of ideas and inspiration coming in and really help other people with those wonderful ideas that you get. And on the other hand, you might have an excess of questions and thoughts up there because there's so much going on. It does get a little busy up there. So the funny thing is that most of those questions in your head are probably not even yours. And most of those questions probably don't really matter. So what we suggest is that you figure out what's important to you, focus on that, and let those other things go. Does it really matter what your, conversation with your family was about last Sunday? Does it really matter what happened at the, on Netflix or some other show that you're watching last week? It doesn't really matter. And so if you can let go of those kinds of things and let go of the conversations that upset you or the other things that cause anxiety, you'll feel a lot better. So you want to relieve the mental pressure by not taking action. We do tend to try to relieve the mental pressure by taking action, but that's actually not the right, you'll feel much better if you don't. Your open head center might feel pressured to have answers to these questions, and you'll feel a lot better if you don't take action based on what you're thinking about. So the open head center in a healthy state is where you explore ideas and inspirations, where you're open to the wonder of the unknown, where you don't take action just to relieve mental pressure, and where you use your mind to offer insights and ideas to others. Thanks so much. See you in the next video.